Alright, match 6. Let's see how this goes. Not a very good hand, but not one that I would be prepared to mulligan. It wants another land, and it wants some stuff to do. But it is very good at killing creatures. I'll tell you that much. If I'm against a creature deck, ooh, Trial of Ambition, Flicker It, Oath of Kaya, like. That's a way to really put some pressure on creature decks. Of course, I could be against Inverter, and I could Thoughtseize this Gideon of the Trials, and then I could be in a lot of very awkward positions. I think that's where my money is right now. But if they don't have Thoughtseize, I suppose that was too much to hope for. There's no way I'm not losing Gideon of the Trials there. Alright, so hoping for a Treacherous Blessing or another Gideon of the Trials or a... Demonic Pact is fine, actually. I'm not interested in Oath of Kaya-ing his face. That doesn't sound like a winning play. So I could use a land here. I feel like they've mostly taken out the counterspells from Inverter. It feels like a while since I've seen a counterspell, but it's not out of the possibility that they have Censor. Oh, Mystic Dispute. Alright, well. Gonna need something to do. I think I'm not in for exposing a Shambling Vent to Fatal Push, so pass the turn. At least if they play a Planeswalker, like an Eldest Reborn, if I draw land, and that would be pretty good. Or this is going to be a Dig Through Time. Don't want to see that. Thoughtseize, I lose Eldest Reborn. Here's where I could really go for drawing it a Demonic Pact next turn. Or a Doom Foretold. I think Doom Foretold would be... And he mills the two cards I want to draw the most. Oh, there's no justice. I should have Oath of Kaya and Flickered it, maybe. Yeah, that would have been better than what I did. Why is it that my opponents are always the ones that draw multiple Thoughtseizes and not me? I mean, like, sure, I'm only playing 3 of them, but... Come on. Look, I'm just not winning from here. Yeah. So I definitely want the Duresses, the Underworld Connections, the Lost Legacies. You can go down Oath of Kaya and Trial of Ambition. And a History of Benalia. Go up Gideon, go down Flicker of Fate. I'll be ready to cite out the other two History of Benalias if he has evidence of having creature removal post board. Man. Thoughtseize, counter, Thoughtseize, counter. If only I had my own Thoughtseizes. The awkward thing about this deck is that you really want to have Thoughtseizes in your opener, but later on they just get so bad because you're trying to go to this grindy game where they're out of resources, have nothing in hand, and that's where it becomes a dead card. The Inverter deck, you're never really trying to get your opponent out of cards. You're just trying to, like, make them do nothing until you insta-win. Alright, yes, I want to play first. Oh yeah, this hand's good. I think I lead off with Swamp Duress and then go Shambling Vent Duress on the next turn. Swamp Duress. Yeah, how's it feel? Is he cracking that in draw step just to try to have me accidentally F6 through my turn? I wouldn't be surprised if people try to do that. Drew a second dig through time. Alright, well, it's a pretty lucky draw. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a really fast dig. Regrave. Dude's definitely trying to tilt people with this draw step stop. Like whales, would you have a draw step stop like that? Pack rat. Okay. Sure, have a pack rat. I'm gonna lead off with History of Benalia. Godless Shrine. This turn. Let's see if you really want to spend enough cards to bash through my Night tokens. Let's just get this Starfield of Nyx down earlier. Also uses the mana a lot more efficiently, so that next turn I can do Treacherous Blessing into something else. Opponent's not quite able to win next turn. Cycles Fetid Pools, and it's going to Dig Through Time. So, 4 unknown cards. Hoping this Treacherous Blessing can find a Duress. Or not Duress, but Thoughtseize. Fortunately, my opponent really can't Thoughtseize anything in my hand for any value at all, because it would just immediately come back with Starfield of Nyx. So, really, it's a pretty big win for me if they cast Thoughtseize. Alright. Knock yourself out. So we get Oath of Kaya. Yeah. Might as well kill Packrat. Don't really have a reason not to. I would be beyond surprised if his hacker made another Packrat. Yes. Yes, that is exactly what I wanted. Thoughtseize. Drown in the Loch. Alright, well, that is pretty good. There we go. That's what it's like to have a whole bunch of friggin' discard spells. Legion's End or Opt? Alright, have your Legion's End. You're gonna be a million miles from actually winning the game. Pack rats, eh? Still like going down the history of Benalia's Trial of Ambition and Oath of Kaya. Like, I showed him enough to make him keep Legion's End in. Now I take it out. Alright. Give me some Duresses and Thoughtseizes. So close, still gonna keep it. It might be incredibly greedy, but I have faith that I will eventually draw a swamp. Well, I mean, let's see. Thoughtseize, Opt, Jace, double Inverter. So the Thoughtseize would take my Treacherous Blessing, and I would have not a whole lot. Yeah. I think I'm going to take the Thoughtseize. It's a bit awkward here, because, like, I don't want to take Jace, because then you just Inverter of Truths, and, you know, Jace is in the bin for him to get. I really want Lost Legacy, so I can just not have to worry about the stupid freaking combo. Catacombs, sure. Narset. Alright, well that's even more of a kick in the teeth. I can't Treacherous Blessing now, because that just doesn't work. And he's got a Mystic Dispute. Alright. Give me a Gideon, please. It's not Gideon. Although Shambling Vent does mean that if he plays Jace, I can just animate the Vent and kill Narset. And that's something. Although he could play Inverter. Mills me. Pretty sure I'd just lose here. Because I kill Narset. He's got 4 cards in the bin, and he goes land, Inverter, Jace mill himself, opt. If he doesn't have a land, maybe things change. I don't know. Mills me for a Duress and a Treacherous Blessing. Gideon of the Trials. Alright, so what do I want to do here? He's got a Mystic Dispute. Eldest Reborn, get it countered, and then next turn I can do Treacherous Blessing and Gideon of the Trials or something. Yeah, I think that's the play. Or Trial of Ambition and Gideon of the Trials. I mean, there's no way that this isn't getting disputed. I'm sort of safe from Inverter this turn, though. So his opt, dispute, Narset. So opt, Narset, dispute, passage, seize. And I know about the Inverter or nothing else. It's gonna really fucking suck if he drew a Thoughtseize, but apparently he didn't. Doesn't have enough mana for Inverter, or for dispute. So let's Trial of Ambition. Kills the Inverter of Truth. So if he doesn't have removal for the Gideon, I'm in good shape. If he does have you know, if he does have a kill spell, then I'm in deep shit, but don't have Noxious Grasp. Alright, Thoughtseize is okay. So he has an Inverter and 5 relatively unknown cards. Be another Inverter, please. Alright, so he's going Opt, Inverter, Land, and Thoughtseize. Okay. The assumption is that he's got no actual way to kill Gideon in hand, otherwise he would have played it. Because if he could have killed Gideon, he would have played it, and there's nothing in his deck that could kill Gideon. So if I lost Legacy on Inverter of Truth, I think he has no way to get Gideon off the board. Inverter of Truth. He has no way of getting Gideon off the board. As I just plus Gideon, I just plus on Inverter of Truth until he loses the game. Yeah. He has Censor in hand. There's no reason to play Demonic Pact into that. So his now his win condition is milling me out. Yeah. Wait, he can't even mill me out. That's not a thing. All right. It doesn't matter. I just plus on Inverter until I win. Plus on Inverter of Truth. Not a whole lot of reasons playing Oath of Kaya. Well, he went out with style. All right. Wow, that was a really close match. I didn't think I was winning that one. All right, see you next match.